Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn about representation of complex number. A complex number can be generally represented in four different forms. Number one of them is ordered pair form. Number two is geometrical form. Number three, trigonometrical form. And number four, vector form. Now we'll learn about them in detail. Let's learn about the first one, that is ordered pair form. In this we will be learning how we can represent a complex number in ordered pair form. See, let Z be a complex number, that is a plus iota b, where a and b are two real numbers. This form of representing the complex number is known as a plus iota b form or standard form. Now we know a is the real part of Z and b is the imaginary part of Z. We know that the real and imaginary parts in this position cannot be changed, because if we change, then the value of the complex number will change. It means their places are fixed. In such case, we can represent a complex number Z in the form of ordered pair also. We can write this Z as a comma b, where the first component represents a real part of Z and the second component represents imaginary part of Z. Let's take an example how to convert a plus iota b form into ordered pair form and vice versa. The first example we have, suppose we have a complex number Z is equal to 2 plus 5 iota. The real part is 2, imaginary part is 5. In ordered pair form, we can write Z as 2 comma 5. 2 is the real part, 5 is the imaginary part of Z. Let's take one more example converting ordered pair form into the a plus iota b form. Suppose we have been given a complex number Z1 which is 3 comma minus 4. Then in standard form or a plus iota b form, we can write Z1 as 3 plus minus 4 iota. That is equal to 3 minus 4 iota. This makes you clear how to convert the standard form into the ordered pair form and ordered pair form into the standard form. The second one is geometrical form. We know if Z is a complex number having a and b two real numbers, then the number can be represented in ordered pair form a comma b. And if it can be represented in the ordered pair form, then we can plot it in a plane, two-dimensional plane. It can be represented on a two-dimensional plane. suppose we have a horizontal line x o x dash and a vertical line y o y dash. On the x-axis, if we have the real part, that is a, and on the y-axis we have suppose imaginary part b, then this particular point AB represents the complex number z. Suppose we represent it by p. This p represents the complex number here, and since we have taken the real part on x-axis, a real part is taken on x-axis. Therefore, it is known as the real axis. Imaginary part has been taken on y-axis. Imaginary part is taken on y-axis. Therefore, it is known as imaginary axis. What is this plane known as? The plane in which we represent the complex number is known as Argand's plane, or we also call it Gaussian plane. When we represent a complex number on this plane, that is Argand's plane, then the diagram, suppose we join this O to P, then this diagram is known as Argand's diagram. This way we can represent a complex number geometrically. Here we see OP, that is the distance of the point P from the origin, represents the modulus of Z, and the angle which it makes with the positive direction of real axis. The angle which OP makes with the positive direction of real axis is known as the argument or amplitude of Z. Here in this case we can see OP is equal to modulus of Z. If we draw a line here, suppose this is L. In right triangle OLP, we can find OP square is equal to OL square plus PL square. That is equal to A square plus B square. It means OP, which is modulus Z, is root of A square plus B square. That is the square root of the sum of the squares of the real part and the imaginary part. The argument theta. Theta is equal to the argument of Z. That is also written as arg Z. or we write this as amplitude of Z and represent as amp Z. Now we can see here tan theta is equal to B upon A. It means we can find theta equal to tan inverse B upon A, which is equal to tan inverse imaginary part of Z upon real part of Z. This can be used as a formula to find out the argument or amplitude of a complex number. Third one is trigonometrical representation. Or trigonometrical form we can say. Let Z be a complex number which is represented by A plus iota B, and we also write in ordered pair form as A comma B. And if we plot it on the Argand's plane, we find that this is represented by P, that is AB. And we find here this is A and this is B. This theta is the argument, and OP represents the modulus. OP represents the modulus of Z, and theta is argument of Z or amplitude of Z. Can we find the value of A and B in terms of the modulus and the argument? I'll tell you one more thing. Here we can also represent the modulus of Z as R. It means this OP can be taken as modulus of Z, or we can represent this by R. In this triangle OLP, cos theta, if we find, that will be A upon R. It means we can find the value of A as R cos theta. If we try to find sin theta is B upon R. It means B can be represented as R sin theta. If we have found the values of A and B in terms of R and theta, then we can represent Z, which is A plus iota B, in terms of this R and theta. Can we write this as R cos theta plus iota R sin theta? If we take R common, this is cos theta plus iota sin theta. This particular form, writing the complex number in terms of theta and R, is known as polar form of the complex number. The fourth one here is vector form. If we have any of the complex numbers Z as A plus iota B, A is the real part, B is the imaginary part. We can represent it in terms of ordered pair form, that is A comma B. And if we plot it in the Argand's plane, we find that P represents Z. What is there? One is modulus of Z, which is root of A square plus B square. One is the direction theta, that is argument of Z. That is the direction. That is tan inverse B by A. What we have? The length and the direction. In case we have the length of this OP and the direction of OP theta, we can also represent this in the vector form. So here vector OP represents the position vector of Z. the length of OP, that is magnitude of vector OP, represents the magnitude of Z, and argument of Z or amplitude of Z, that is theta, represents its direction. It means a complex number can also be represented in the vector form. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any doubt or comment, leave them in the comment box and I will get back to you.